Now, for years, BART has struggled to keep fare evaders off trains. And 2 weeks ago, BART began testing new 7-foot gates at the West Oakland station.
On Thursday, the transit agency will reveal exactly where they'll be installed next. So, are they doing what they intended to do? Leanne Melendez, you've been covering this story, it seems like, for years, with everybody puzzled. What do we do about this issue?
Yeah, you know, I spent 2 days there and several hours testing it, seeing what's going on.
Okay.
And, you know, I think BART is saying right now, why didn't we try this years ago? Because it works. Now, is this 100% effective? Well, come on, nothing is. But BART hopes it will deter those people from doing what they have grown accustomed for years.
We showed up unannounced at the West Oakland station. No BART officials were contacted. This way, we could observe and record whether or not the new fare gates were effective at deterring evaders. BART is testing several prototypes to see which door material makes more sense. Why these 7-foot gates? Let's refresh your memory. For years, the transit agency has struggled to stop anyone with any kind of athletic skill or will who avoided paying by jumping, sliding, squeezing, following, or yes, crawling. It's hard to put a cost on how much BART loses out yearly, but the transit agency believes it loses between 15 and 25 million in unpaid fares this way. That brings us back to 2024 and the West Oakland station, as BART tries to deter evaders by hardening its system. We were there for nearly 2 hours. Let's just say we've never seen so many people buying or adding money to their Clipper cards. And during that time, we saw only one person who piggybacked off another paying passenger.
So you've been taking BART for a long time, I suspect, right?
Yeah, a long time.
Did you ever jump?
Yeah, a couple times. And now this one is the only one I can't do it on.
To be fair, we believe 2 other riders mistakenly went through without realizing they were doing anything wrong. By the way, kids 5 and older are expected to pay. Others tried, but were unsuccessful. He never did. This man on his bicycle apparently had used the emergency gate before to exit without paying, but this time it was locked. BART employees asked to see his card. He was told he had to pay just like everybody else. He then left by going back up to the platform to get off at another BART station that doesn't have the new gates and presumably without paying. To confirm our findings, we decided to return to the same station the following day. This time, we met up with a BART spokesperson.
I can speak anecdotally and from what I've heard from the station agents. They say it's been a complete game changer.
When BART signed the $90 million contract with S-Traffic, a South Korean company, they asked for gates that were harder to push through than any other in the world.
We wanted to have something physical, so we have the physical equipment in it that's going to lock those gates so they cannot be penetrated.
The mechanical locking brake has yet to be installed, but even without it, it was hard to push through.
Could I try?
You can try.
Okay, well, let's see.
Granted, most people are stronger than I am. BART is working on other issues. For example, people were used to the old system of just tap and go. With this new software, BART riders have to hold it for a little longer.
We've noticed it, and we're working on it. There's a little bit of delay sometimes for some of the Clipper users.
Yeah, where before it used to be bang, 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 one after the other.
And that's why we're testing it. We're working on that timing right now.
Even when that gets addressed, there will still be those who get past without paying. Today we saw a few who followed closely behind another person or waited for the right moment to go through despite warnings from the station agent.
Hey, you're supposed to go one at a time.
We did see people coming down the stairs and then going right back up to go probably to a different station. We expected that. But I mean, from our riders, they're telling us they like it. This is something that they've been asking for. They want people to pay their fair share.
We saw proof of that when one man tried to exit without paying by getting behind this bicyclist. The bicyclist refused to let him go through, and both got into a heated argument which led to an exchange of words outside the station.
I think some people are just really determined to not pay to get in the system. And if they want to figure out a way to do that, they're going to figure out a way to do that. This is going to make it much harder.
So that exchange that you just saw is a true example of how tired people are with fare evaders. Now, the project calls for all stations to have new fare gates by the end of 2025. I think people just got used to not paying in the sense they were saying basically, well, why should I pay if that person and that person isn't paying? And that's not the right attitude to have.
And look at the lengths that one individual took to
Yes.
go back on, to go to another station.
That's right. When he could have paid. Or maybe he doesn't have the money, as we indicated before.
System-wide, 2025?
2025.
All right.
Yeah,
That's great.
End of 2025.
All right. Thank you, Leanne.
Sure.